64. That's what New Zealand have managed to put on the board. But at one stage, it seemed that the score that they'll put up on the scoreboard would be at least 180 plus when they were 110 for 1 and going hammer and tongs before losing 2 wickets in that 14th over. Welcome to Fourth Umpire. I'm Raman Bhanod, our mid-innings program. With me in the studio, G. Rajaraman and Ravikant Singh. Let's have a quick conversation, gentlemen, because I'm sure it's going to be a quick changeover. I think India got off the hook. They were being pummeled in the first 12 after having picked up that wicket early on. And then came that stroke of luck, or should I say good bowling by Ashwin.
Ashwin, I think those 2 wickets in 1 over did change the tide a little bit. But 165 still going to be a challenge for India. They've got to bat well to win this match. And if New Zealand picks up a couple of early wickets, then there is a match on. But full credit to Ashwin and Bhuvi for bowling well in this game.
Absolutely. But great innings from Martin Guptill. 42 balls, 70 from the seasoned campaigner. And Chapman coming in and pretty much just unsettling the rhythm of the Indian bowlers. The left-hander looked to be in good touch.
Well, he was, and I think when walking into bat after just 3 deliveries in the innings, because you've got a man like Daryl Mitchell who's been doing so well in the World Cup, and all of a sudden completely foxed by Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Now that was not the ideal start for Mark Chapman, but he settled in and took full advantage of the power play. Wasn't hesitant at all with the shots, and that shows that maturity in him, that he paced his innings very well.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, he was not able to read Ashwin.
Not too many batsmen in international cricket are able to read Ashwin, who can bowl 6 different deliveries in an over. So credit to Ashwin. But what was interesting for me, apart from, of course, the wickets that Ashwin picked up, those 2 wickets in that 1 over itself, a couple of wickets, that really changed the tide in terms of the scoring rate. But what was a little surprising for me was that you played Venkatesh Iyer, for a situation like this where you wanted a 6th bowling option if required. Yet the Indian captain Rohit Sharma just used the 5 frontline bowlers, bowled them out their full quota of 4 overs apiece, did not turn to his 6th bowling option. Remember, he's making his debut, but he has shown, in IPL at least, Venkatesh, that he can roll his arm over, chip in with a couple of overs, especially with Deepak Chahar proving to be expensive in 1 over, Siraj going for 17 odd in another over. There was that option of maybe getting Venkatesh to come in when a couple of wickets had gone down. Maybe slip in the odd over from the 6th bowler.
Maybe he was protecting Venkatesh Iyer because it's a flat deck and plenty of runs to be scored. So maybe he was protecting Venkatesh Iyer. Also, I was surprised that he didn't start with Ashwin, especially after you picked up a first wicket. There's a left-hander at the crease and it was waiting for Ashwin to be bowling the 2nd over. But I think he preferred to go the old-fashioned way of bowling his 3 fast bowlers first and then getting the spinner on.
Probably the other reason, Raja, could have been that he only had the 2 spinners. Had he got 3 spinners in the side with a couple of medium pacers, we might have seen Ashwin being used in the power play itself. So probably just because he had only 2 spin bowling options, he held Ashwin back, maybe thinking that he's got the experience.
That I think is a pretty conservative approach because your 6th bowling option that you have is a medium pacer.
Right.
So then you already restricted yourself that you cannot experiment too much with your spin bowlers.
Correct. Of course.
And if you see the first 3 deliveries that Mark Chapman faced from Ashwin, he was dancing like a cat on a hot tin roof. Had absolutely no idea what Ashwin was bowling.
And credit to Ashwin. I mean, the way he's bowled, Chapman wasn't the only batsman to have faced, that kind of music. Especially with the way Ravichandran Ashwin has developed as a bowler, especially in white ball cricket in the limited overs format. Well, our discussion, of course, will carry on about the achievements of the Indian team. But of course, there's a whole lot more that's been happening around the country that we need to be taking a look at. Let's take a look at this because this really, again, highlights some of the achievements so far.
जब 3 साल पहले मैंने पूर्वांचल एक्सप्रेसवे का शिलान्यास किया था तो ये नहीं सोचा था कि एक दिन उसी एक्सप्रेसवे पर विमान से मैं खुद उतरूंगा। ये एक्सप्रेसवे उत्तर प्रदेश को तेज गति से बेहतर भविष्य की ओर ले जाएगा। ये एक्सप्रेसवे यूपी के विकास का एक्सप्रेसवे है। ये यूपी की शान है। ये यूपी का कमाल है।
Focus now back on cricket, where remember 165, that's what India need to chase down to win this first T20 of the series. The players are out there in the middle. The chase is just about to get underway. Let me thank my guests for joining me, G. Rajaraman and Ravikant Singh. Thank you so much, gentlemen. We'll, of course, be waiting for our viewers to join us for the post-match show for the Umpire. But for now, it's live match action coming your way.
Live telecast